occurred in Degema over the weekend. That was on Friday, to be precise, last week. And also get to hear the perspective to the whole situation and what happened at the Degema Market Square. Yesterday we spoke with the Kalabari Sekbangi chairperson and the spokesperson for the Kalabari Frontier as well. Today we're speaking with Degema opinion leaders. In the studio with me, Dr. Miyante and Dr. Morris Wilcox Ruben. Let's start introductions. Dr. Miyante, you're welcome. Good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning.
I had to introduce you first, and because I met Dr. Wilcox yesterday, so we had our own introductions. That's why I had to start with you first. All right, and Dr. Wilcox, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so gentlemen, let's get straight into it. And as much as possible, I'd like us to also try and be very civil and mind the languages so we don't flare up and get out of control. We're trying to have a conversation to really expose exactly what occurred in Degema, and everybody hears both sides of the story so we know what the facts are. Now, in the news, this was what we had just today. The spokesperson for Degema community, Miyante, he says the Degema people said that what was said by Alhaji Asari Dokubo is untrue regarding claims of innocence in the alleged attack of persons who are returning from the mortuary who were said to be attacked by Mama soldiers. Yesterday we had members of the chairman of the RIC here who said same thing as Asari said, that didn't happen. So let's start with I'll start with you, Dr. Wilcox. What happened on Friday?
Now you said that someone said that. So you're right now. There is a what community in Degema? I don't understand what part of Degema he's talking about, because we have Degema 1, Degema 2, Degema 3. So I don't know what he's talking about. And Degema 1 is the government area. Degema 2 is the Degema community. Degema 3 is Usokun Degema. That's how it has been. And for me, I'm privileged to have schooled in Degema. I went to St. Bart's in Degema. And when we went to St. Bart's in Degema, every part was Degema, as it is today. The very part the people are talking about a community that does not exist.
Because you mentioned the Atala community.
Okay?
And
there is not like Atala community. The fact remains that Degema, Udekama, Degema. Atala is my language. You cannot call somebody who is a Dutch. He's from Dutch. He's a German. Okay? So when you say Dutch, that's his language. He comes from German. Udekama man, Degema. My language is Atala. So you cannot at this point now identify me with my language that Atala does not exist. That's number one. Number two, where they're talking about is part of my community, though the government area of Udekama, which is Degema. You will also agree with me that there is nothing like consulate anywhere in the world again. So after the era of consulate, it became the third class city in Nigeria. All those areas that were consulate became third class city in Nigeria. Why is Degema not found in such positions? Why are people claiming communities in communities? Is it done anywhere? Now we have only one mortuary in Degema, and my people go to Degema to that mortuary to deposit corpse. And what we do is we have two sides of the coin. If the corpse is going to the side we call Okleke, or the middle of the community, because Degema is very big, they can use that major road, which is the federal road. But if they are going towards the area of Usiro, Mission, Udokpo, they come through this way because it's easier. Now this way they come through that way, through the church, new church, St. Bart, and we're into the my community.
So this way you're talking about is now the bone of contention.
Yes,
but for them they said, well, there's certain traditions that doesn't allow for corpse to go through the
what traditions? In Degema we have 9 communities gazetted. I've been a politician in Degema for over 4 decades today. Gazetted. We have 9 communities. I can mention them to you. So if Asari is trying to find a community, there are creeks all over the Sombrero. He could get one and create his community there. Not in my community. It can't happen. It will not happen and will never happen.
So before we get into what you're raising now, we still need to get the clarity of how. Let's come to Dr. Miyante. The corpse that was being moved and the shooting that later happened. Who started what, and how did everything happen?
Okay, taking corpse from the Degema General Hospital mortuary. It has been an age-long practice for our people. Age-long practice. So it's so absurd that today we're here talking about this thing, because just like he has said, there are 774 local governments in Nigeria. And if you pick your phone there and Google, find out how many communities are in Degema local government, your phone will show you exactly the names. Degema is one, which is my community. Degema has no divisions.
We understand all this, Doc, but because of the time, I want us to be more direct.
Yes.
Now, the IYC chairman said, this is what the IYC chairman said, that the people came and said,
the entire community is ours. It's ours. Nobody
disobeying
has
our
rights.
traditional customs.
Can I come in?
What I need you to give an account of what happened, because I understand that you have direct.
Let me say that
first-hand information of the situation that happened. So, what is how? Who started what?
Let me speak.
Okay.
It's like we are legitimizing illegality. There is no such thing as a community in Degema. I mean, an extra community in Degema. This community that is so flaunted now is fronted by the mastermind of this attack.
Which community? Which one are they fronting?
You said that certain people said that a corpse does not pass through their community. So where is the community we are talking about? We are in Degema. We are not in any other community.
So Degema is one community.
One community. Check your phone as we speak now. Check your phone as we speak now. You understand? That's the genesis of the problem. You understand me? Some persons are coming to assert themselves over. When the Britons were here, there were consulates that they set up. In Old River State, for instance, you have Degema Consulate, which is the most profound. You have Bonny, you have Ahoda, and all of these consulates. As the Britons left, the Aborigines took over the asset. But some of these places became, like in Degema, for instance, you have government presence so entrenched. So you have a whole lot of institutions, both federal and states, that are there in that consulate part of the community. That is where some people are now coming to lay claims to. You understand me? So we went to the general hospital to just take our corpse. It's a normal practice. And just like he explained, depending on the part of Degema you're taking, you can take this road or that road or that road. Like these people are saying that, I even heard somebody saying that the people have been warned before not to pass through that law.
Yes.
Does that give you a right to take the laws into your hands? Are the courthouse not there for you? If you think you have a right, why don't you take them to court?
No, they said there have been judgments that came from the court that said that those lands belong to them.
It's a lie.
Can I take this?
Okay, Mr. Wilcox.
It's a lie.
You see, when people want to dwell in things that are not true, they create opportunity for anarchy. Degema, the Udekaman person, is a very peace-loving person. What Asari wants to do, we don't know. They are given an impression of Calabari, but we don't know Calabari. The attack we're saying about my community is Asari and Zanma soldiers. What happened? They raised arms against armless people.
So why was it that they just started shooting the moment the cops? Because from their account, it sounded as though there was an altercation, and they even accused the military man whose mother was deceased to be alleging that it's possible that him and some of his people were the ones that had.
No, it's a lie.
That's why I need you to give. That's
Somebody
who
who came in for treatment, one of his leg is bad. Can such a person create an altercation?
The military man they are talking.
The military man they're talking about. He came with peacekeeping with an injury, treating himself. In the process, his grandmother's burial. Can such a man now with one leg create an altercation? Look, well, let me tell you something. This thing is what we've been perceiving, and they have an intention of what they're doing. Now the chairman went to see my king, and they're talking about peace. We can't have peace. We can't have peace
without justice.
Without justice. We can't have peace until those missing have been found and brought back to us.
Who are those missing, and who took them away?
Asari's boys took them away.
They did.
And
we have facts.
They have facts.
Yes, we have the pictures.
And then, but these pictures,
the same is going on. Even the army are doing it on their own person.
Why were those people taken away?
They know the reason. We don't know why they did that.
It's to hide the evidence. As simple as that. They come here.
Hiding evidence. We're telling Asari to bring them out. That's the only way we can have peace.
All you see them do is that.
But I want to join here. The Degema man, you're going out to fight the Calabar man. We follow the Calabaris. We coexist. We fight. We're brothers. Leave that in there. No way. Now we kill. No. Wherever Asari introduce our people to one way. We don't know anybody.
All right. This is deep thought, and what does soon. And of course, as much as I think today we had spokesperson for so calling the show, and also said Mama Soja had nothing to do with that. He also said the sons and daughters of Degema from sides, every tribe in Degema, part of Mama Soja.
Big lie.
That was what he said.
That's a big lie. So they mention one name. And look you. Yesterday morning, they were
people who are moved from their mothers were at business.
Listen,
Asari Kobo. It's not even a Mama Soldiers. I think he has a.
But that's what they call
that is
the name for them. Yes.
Yeah, that's what all they. It's his own security. You've heard him say that they hired to secure.
Well said. It's a security outfit. My point is, the boys who form the security outfit, which local government village are they from?
Initially, in Haristau in the camp. Now Asari has come to Degema. Ibn Prince Will's house is now his camp where boys are camping in Degema there. What we're saying even yesterday, 2 of his boys were organized in my community where they went to pick someone. They couldn't get resident shooting in the air. I called you. We have those facts. They've gone to make the calculation. The witness saw it. They're all Amama soldiers. They're nobody else. Nobody else. So what we're saying here is that we are not fighting the war, but we want Asari and his team to give us our brothers, our missing brothers, in their custody, dead or alive. That's what we want to know.
There is no way those
we can have peace without getting
them. Without the giving go ahead by Asari, who is their leader. It's just like I have an outfit. I'm a manager. You are working here. This thing you're doing here, you've received authority from someone to give us the go ahead here. You can't just on your own do anything here. They are soldiers, but they receive instructions. And basically, that is it, just like he's saying. There's a hidden agenda. That's why our own people are not part of that outfit.
All right, we'll come
because
to this. This is a clarity I need us to get, but let's take this commercial first.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.
The question I'm asking you on Facebook: should tradition be enough reason to fight ourselves? Let us know what you think about it, because that's also one major thing that's in all of this fracas. Tradition. Oh, they're not supposed to pass here. Why did you pass here? But then, even if it's that, should that be a reason why we fight ourselves and then leading to the loss of lives? Share your thoughts with us on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Don't forget, we're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So go there, join the conversation, drop your comments. You're following. I'm sure you've been listening from the beginning of it, and you've heard my guests here have alluded to the fact that, well, it's a lie. The Amama soldiers were part of this. In fact, directly pointing, accusing fingers, and ulterior motive. There's a hidden agenda. It's not what it looks like, and even going as far as saying some of their brothers have been accosted by this. But there's more that we're going to hear from them before we own the phone lines and, of course, take your messages. But in the meantime, WhatsApp number is 0809 030 416. On WhatsApp, 0809 030 6416. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle. So please do well to join us as quickly as possible. All right, let's come back to it. Now, we need to understand. I asked this earlier. I wasn't really satisfied with the response. I'm going to go to it again because I need you to give us a very clear picture of your opinion or your perspective of what happened on Friday. And please, so you would have to, just a minute, tell us this. What exactly happened? Who started the shooting? Who shot? Where were we going at the time before it happened? What was the situation, Dr. Miyante?
Now, it's a routine thing for us to take corpse from the morgue for burial. Now, what happened that day, that very day? You see, the only people that knew that our people were coming to, that particular family was coming to take their corpse that way, are the mortuary attendants as usual. Normally, you just inform them that this is the day you're coming to pick your corpse. So there was no way these Amama soldiers would have known that we were coming to pass this way or that way. It was spontaneous. As they were coming from the mortuary, they had to, as they were coming from the mortuary, they had to take the road that is closer to the house of the deceased. Yes, so it happened that as they were passing there, these Amama soldiers who came to accost them. Initially, they were shooting in the air to scare them. Some people scampered for safety. Those who bear the casket had even gone a lot further. And there, it's a trail. It's like a convoy on foot anyway. So this thing happened mostly with those people at the back when they started shooting. So when they started shooting initially at the air, and then they targeted the people. It's not only that soldier.
So there wasn't a standoff. There was no like a face-off between those who came to carry the corpse and
even as at yesterday, they are shooting in my place. I got a call last night from my nephew. You understand me? Requesting that I should send a message so they can relocate to a house further inside, because they are close to where this Asari dog boy is saying. This has been an age that since Asari came to settle in that community, there have been these acts of terrorism. So this is like the climax. There's a hidden agenda, like I'm telling you. The agenda is to extinguish us, because somebody want to assert himself and maybe add the name king to himself before he passes out of this life. I don't know. And coming, Asari Dogboy is not from Degema local government. It's from Akoko Toru local government area. Asari Toru local government area, where his name comes from. We are Degema local government people, and we are just 9 communities in Degema local government area.
All right, Dr. Wilcox, you want to add to this story? What
you see, it's quite pathetic that we're witnessing what we're missing today in Degema local government area. I knew very well that before now, Asari was not even in Harristown or Degema. He wasn't. We don't know where he was. When people like Tony Harry were alive, we never saw his head. Where he's staying right now is a place owned by a retired military officer. Egberipa was there. We had peace. We had no problem with Egberipa when he was there. Why should Asari today come and claim what he does not own? The same place he claimed that whatever he says that he cannot pass with cops forever was the place. If I want to tell him today, let him remember when he wanted to crown himself the king of so-called community. What happened to him there? He ran away. Nobody could talk to him. But he went to cry. He fell 2 times. He got up and he ran away. It shows that he doesn't own that land. The land doesn't belong to him. Now that same point you're saying is only. That's the point you're saying you cannot pass with the cops. If you want, like I did say, we're not fighting a war. Asari has committed a heinous crime in my community.
Yes.
And he should be held responsible for that. For everybody missing, Asari Dokubo should be held responsible. Yes, that's what I stand for.
So you're saying whatever they're saying, the Mama soldiers and the statement coming from Asari, all of that, you're saying
it's a lie. It's a lie. The smoke screen is a lie.
What about the talks about the Atala speaking people being members of their Papa soldiers?
You don't have one. There is no one there.
There's nobody.
There is no one. Let him show me one. Let him show me one.
That is part of the.
Let him show me one.
Let him bring evidence.
Let him bring one person out.
Because he knows.
I challenge him here. They can hear me. They can hear me. Let him bring one person out. I challenge him.
He's doing. He knows.
Let him bring one person out.
The boys who are members of the Mama Soldier, as is locally called, where
some of them
what part of Degema?
Some of them are not even in Degema local government. Majority are not even Degema local government. Most of them are not even Degema local government.
Most of them.
They are not
outsiders.
They're strangers. He recruited.
From all walks of life.
Asari has refused to recruit a Degema person in Arma soldiers. It's not today.
So there are no Degema.
No Degema.
Let's not overflog that question. You see us to verify all.
Please go verify.
Let them come here and mention.
So you are from there. And
yes, but that's what I'm telling you. That okay, let him give us just one name and bring one person out.
Of Degema.
I can tell you that.
Okay, let's get to the phone lines. We'll take messages on Facebook as well. We're streaming live. Don't forget, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle. So get on Facebook and join the conversation. Remember to also use the WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. Send in your questions, contributions, and importantly on Facebook, the question: should tradition be enough reason why we fight ourselves? And now lives have been lost and accusations going back and forth. People missing. What is happening? Young Boss Ellison says Alhaji Dokubo ordered the security outfit to shoot at unarmed indigenes from Degema.
Yes.
That's what I believe.
Yes.
But we want peace. Bring back our brothers dead or alive.
That's all.
Ogu Ojona Justice says there's a kind of imperial tool to coerce certain people. Let people give peace a chance. This act should stop. What's the tradition they're talking about that is claiming the lives of people through violence? The numbers to call are 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0002. We'll come to the part of the kings and what their role is in all of this. But let's first take this call. Peter from Iwofe is on the line. Peter, good morning.
Okay, good morning, sir.
You're welcome, Peter. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to just quickly. I've been listening to your discussion, and I want to actually support exactly what those people are saying there. That is totally true from the record I also have. But I want to quickly dissuade people from getting it wrong. The Calabaris are a great people. The Calabaris and the Degemas have coexisted there for decades. However, naturally, you would understand that when people coexist, there will be some small misunderstandings here and there. But it has not gotten at any time to this level. And we have been living, even presently. My best friend at work is a Calabari guy. We just live together. We party together. But this one, there's a video I saw Asari online talking, and he made it very clear that the place is his own. That he's a warrior. He can even kill everybody. Please just check for that video. Check for that video and you will see it. So what I am saying is that Calabaris, we are brothers. Please, let's not fight. The economy is too hard. After the killing people is what nobody should encourage. We have been hearing of Fulani herdsmen in the north. We want to see another Fulani herdsmen in the south. where people will just be disappearing, and then Nigerians will be carrying news that 17 dead in one community, 21 dead. These ones are not unknown gunmen. The gunmen are known.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much.
We are asking the police to do their work. That's what we are just saying. Calabaris are brothers. We are not going to fight.
All right, thank you, Peter. Thank you very much. But just to correct you, it's not Fulani herdsmen. Herdsmen is simple. It's not particular to Fulanis there. Yes, you have Fulanis who are herdsmen, but you also have other tribes and people who are herdsmen. I just needed to clear that up. In Degema, Clark is on the line. Clark, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Clark.
Yes,
and
go ahead.
Yes. Good morning. I'm calling you from Degema.
Go on. We know. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Yes, in Degema local government area. First of all, greetings to everyone listening to this broadcast, especially to the guests right there in the studio. I want to say that what is presently going on in Degema is quite evil and it's unacceptable. I can tell you, up to this very morning, we are, as we speak, the innocent people of Degema are still mourning and weeping for their death. You see, the people, they came, they killed, they shot. I can tell you that all what is going on is being orchestrated by one man, and that is Asari Dokubo. I have listened to Asari Dokubo in several online broadcasts. You know, he boasts and he tells the world with hate speeches against the Degema man, whether he's the one doing the killing and the murdering, and then he's telling the world, turning around to tell lies and tell the world that it's Degema people and calling Degema people that they are slaves and that they are his settlers. I can assure you that Asari Dokubo has a plan. He wants to make himself a king in that Degema land. He's not an indigenous of Degema land. Asari Dokubo is a native of Boguma. His mother is from Wama. There is nowhere in this world that such things happen when you will lose your place, not in this century, not in this contemporary time. So I want to tell the world to hold Asari Dokubo responsible for what is happening in Degema. Now Asari Dokubo boasts that he owns a property in Degema. That property is being got from he got it from a big priesthood. I can tell you here that it is priesthood got that land, that property from the people of Degema. Degema people are the owners of that land. He got it from the late CS of Para, who was the Odameke of Degema at that time, and late marketing. And so Degema is not the that the top belongs to anybody. People own that land. So people should hold responsible for something that is happening there.
Thank you very much. But I also have to also encourage us to please try and watch the language and the name callings. You were implying Asari Dokubo a murderer. I think it's uncalled for. We can't do that. The police are investigating, and then they will be in the position to decide whether or not he killed anyone or did anything of such. In the meantime, you're making accusations, and let's try and keep it around that space and manage the choice of words and language properly, please. Thank you very much. Braid is calling from Abeokuta, and we have Miriam from Okrika. Okay, let's start with Braid first. Braid, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
Thank you, Braid. Go ahead.
Yes, the truth has not been said. With time, the truth will unveil. Which people that settle the Degema they are talking about? That is where Buguma is settled. That land is where Buguma is settled. We call it Ipokuma. And for any reason, Asari Dokubo, that place is fine. Yes, it's a former commander, Ibn Priestley, former governor of Cross River State. Now, if there is any reason, at least don't take that part for the interest of peace. Why can't they live to pass that place? Kalapa, the Buguma people have substances food in that place, as I think we say, even my brother. The people are just orchestrating, waiting for something that does not happen. Which person that first shot the Asari Dokubo, Amama police there? The Amama soldiers, which people first shot there? And just a reprisal attack that they are that is to say that does not happen. That they are hit Asari Dokubo.
All right, said. Thank you very much. We'll get on to Muriel and we'll take one more call and then we come back to my guests in the studio to get their responses. Muriel from Okrika, how are you? Good morning.
Thank you, Sammy. Good morning.
Go ahead, Muriel.
Well, thank you for bringing this to the studio and back to the issues. But Sammy, I was still because all the conversation is not outside the box. If you can bring a coach to the studio or you can have a tele conversation with him, because this is the one constituted that is so that everyone that knows how to speak very, very well. It's a one great one. It's easy to get you on the phone, talk to you, but I want to ask the person in the studio. When did this normal soldiers come into this community? If they know that they are discomforted with this system, why you see that is now they are coming to complain about them? Is it that they were comfortable at some point because these soldiers maybe have got some point that can teach them man? And is this what is the point? What is the rationale? But I need to ask the fear, there are kings and chiefs in this community. Now there is nobody in the community and there person should not pass a place in this community. What is happening? So is it that these are soldiers that go to this law that a particular place a court should not pass, or this has been the norm in that community? A particular place court should not pass, but because it is a norm and a tradition, you see that those places in the community will have law. So it's the mama soldiers that brought up this law, this new law, that a particular place a court should not pass.
All right, Muriel, my guest will respond to that. Thank you. If we can just jot it down, because we have one more. Let's just take from Lumo in Ajib and then we come back to you in the studio. Lumo, good morning. Quickly, straight to the point. Try to keep it very short. Thank you. Go ahead.
See, the truth is that we need peace everywhere. But you must, before you talk of the peace, know the root cause of what is happening. It has been a long age issues. First, it was Abonima people. When they are going to Abonima, the Degema people always say, don't pass through that place. It's now where they are coming from. Did they not pass through another person's land? If you say, look at the level of understanding. Now, back at this new road that was planned by His Excellency for Yesovike, Kakama people are passing through that place. They will stop them that look, don't pass. Are we? They are not the people that they are children. They are not coming with the truth. Let that be truth, so they don't come to shout that Calabar people want to kill you. This want to kill you. Calabar people are not violent people. They are peace-loving people.
All right, Lumo.
Talk about do something wrong. I know Calabar people that will come and tell them, look, what you did is wrong.
All right, Lumo, thank you very much. Let's quickly come to my guest, Dr. Wilcox. So, yes,
I want to take.
If you start with Muriel, because I was also, okay. Let's start with Lumo first.
Yes.
All right,
Lumo. Basically, I don't think you know the history of the Degema people, because if you do, you know we're not violent people. Before the road to Krakarama came, they be using boat crossing from Krakarama to Degema. Nobody has been killed. The Krakarama walks that road late in the night to cross. Is it today that they don't have vehicle that drives to Krakarama? The Degema will start killing Krakarama man? Imagine. And you see, you cannot cry more than the bereaved. The Degema man have not told you that Degema man killed the Krakarama man. You're phrasing all this into great anarchy. The Degema man is a very peaceful man. I was in Degema when I was 5 years. I grew up in Degema, and I know how we played in Sembat with both Calabari and Donny. They all live together. Now the consulate you're talking about, the former consulate you're talking about, it's not only Calabari that's in consulate. You have Andonis, you have Ijo, you have different tribes. That's what it is. Why will you wake up to claim a community that is not yours? Now you're talking about. I come to
the Amama soldiers.
The Amama soldiers.
Their formation, because many credit them.
Let me come. Mary said something. Said, why are we complaining about them today?
Yes.
Now you see, the Degema man is a very peace-loving person. In as much as Ibn Prince Will has bought that land from us, has built his house there, it belongs to him. He has his right to do whatever he wants to do within the confinement of his house. The man has no time to go and check what he's doing there. That's why I did mention to you that when the man left that place, Egbeba came to stay there, and we had no problem with him. Are you following me? Now Egbeba left that place. Asari came. When he came, he started building, renovation and all that. Moved the soldiers in there. There this problem came. Started. Yeah? They tell you by this side you cannot pass here again. By this side you cannot pass here again. They start putting restrictions. And we begin to ask questions. Why all this? Until this very fateful Friday, they now showed us what they intended to do. My brother, I tell you, my auntie died in August. She was in the mortuary. This same road we passed with the cops to my compound in Mission. No challenge, nobody challenged us. The soldiers were not there then, they were in arrest town. Nobody challenged us because it's our community. For God, for crying out loud, it is our community. You can't have a community in the community. Like I did say in my opening speech here, that the Degema local government will have 9 communities. 9! Where did this other community come from?
So the credit given to the Amama soldiers for the peace experience in the Kalabari Emoa axis, is that something that perhaps, should be looked at and say, well, they are also doing some good?
I've enjoyed that. We have no problem with that. Because since those boys came to that road, yes, we have peaceful movement there. We appreciate that. I travel almost time and I drive, and when you go there, you see them. At times I take them. I'm so excited seeing them doing that. It's quite interesting. But my problem here is that why coming to my community to show power of arms with people who don't carry arms? Why? That's just my problem with them.
All right, Dr. Miyante.
Yes.
What's your response to it? I mean, you heard the callers and some messages on Facebook. I'll just take a few so you put your response. Akpara Kelvin says, peace can't come if the right thing hasn't been done. It's very simple. Those people who have died, who have taken dead or alive should be brought back. Alhaji Dokubo should be questioned and face the law. One portal says, good morning. People take laws into their hands and go scot-free. Alhaji Dokubo and the security outfit should be properly investigated. A contest says the police should investigate thoroughly the murder of innocent mourners in Degema Kingdom. Justice must be served. The police, they are investigating, and that's what it is. The traditional rulers, what's their role in all of this?
We have, let me tell you something. See, we have one traditional ruler. I mean, the Degema people.
Yes.
The Onana King of Degema. Mm-hmm. Now, look at this. I overheard some Kalabari folks talking about they wanting to finish what their fathers could not do. That is taking us out of that land.
Which folks did you hear say that?
Which one? Christian Cottrell, a lot of them.
Cottrell, yeah.
A lot of them. We're waiting for them.
He said that which their fathers could not do, they will do it. Now, look at this. You don't come on air of social media and be saying such things. Because for me, when you do that, it's like you're presenting your forefathers as weaklings. They were not. Because people who fought great wars, fought with Boni, Nembe, fought with Okrikans, they can't be weaklings. So you go back and ask, why is it that they did not fight with these people, these Degema people? You understand me? Why is it that they didn't fight with these Degema people? They know why. They know why. We are peace-loving people. Very recently, when the immediate past governor of this state went to inaugurate the Trans-Kalabari Road in Degema, you heard the the Amayanabo of Abonima acknowledging our own king as the landlord of this place. That's how they've lived. You see, I don't even know what they want from us anymore, because politically we've been marginalized, we've gone extinct. Economically, we are nowhere. A whole lot of taxes. Just this land, just this small portion of land that the whites left here. Somebody is coming to lay claims. Where were the graves of the ancestors? And all of the people, these people, they are just trying to... I personally don't think that Kalabari people are behind Asari in this thing that... the whole Kalabari kingdom is backing him on this thing that he's doing. He's trying to rope them in. He wants to... most of the times, is this set of Kalabaris that want legitimacy, that feel they want to prey on innocent people, armless, and people they perceive they are bigger than. Part of the problem here is let everyone bear his own name. It will give us peace. Somebody from Obama shouldn't go out and say he's from Degema. Most of the cars around Degema like propelling themselves as people from Degema. But we are only 9 communities. This is Degema. Look at this. You see, a Kalabari man would say, I'm from Abonima. I'm from Inyemoni. I'm an Inyemoni man. I'm an Abonima man. I'm a Kalabari man. I'm an Ijo man. And he has no problem. So when I say that this is Anglicization, the names these people gave to us are meaningless. Buguma, Degema, Abonima, they have no meanings. We all had our native names before the whites came to this.
All right, quickly, we have a short commercial coming, but I think I should ask this. Now, the cops, after the shooting, what happened? Did the burial still hold?
Yeah, they took the burial held on Saturday.
Yes.
Where did they pass eventually?
They passed the same way.
You still passed?
Yes.
No, that was where you passed.
They already passed. Yes.
Okay.
The cops already passed before they started this.
That's what I told you initially.
That you already passed, but people from behind.
They knew that they are coming to take this road or that road. How would they know? Because it's just the family that is going. The only people that knew that were even coming to take a corpse that day are the mortuary attendants.
Okay, we'll take a short commercial now.
Should not be compromised.
As soon as we return, we'll take some messages on WhatsApp and then we'll wrap things up. Please do stay with us. Send your messages on WhatsApp 0809-030-6416.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.
My guest in the studio is still with me, Dr. Samuel Wilcox, Dr. Miyante. Well, it's been an interesting conversation. I mean, the listener, we've gotten to hear your side of the story and of what the situation was and what happened on Friday, and even what you think beyond that could be behind all of the issues in Degema at the moment. We attempt to wrap up now, so we'd like to get your final words on this. Let me just put up 2 or 3 messages from WhatsApp. This person says, how can the federal government legalize a security outfit to carry arms? One can see how they're using it to terrorize people. Alhaji Dokubo should be investigated. Ugo Ojone Justice. The issue in Degema with Asari and his soldiers is there's a hidden agenda. That's what this one says. Another person here says Grace, good morning. Let me ask this question. If you are going to war, will you go with children? Will you go to war tying rapper? Alaji Tokubo, in his live video, mentioned that we are strangers in the land, that they own the land. He also mentioned in the same video that we should leave the small community they have. I'm asking, if the community is yours, how come you now have a little part of the community you claim is yours? And then I'll just take one more because we're already out of time. Okay, no time for it. Quickly, final words, gentlemen.
Yes, the government should do the needful. A thorough investigation should be, because our people cannot be slaughtered in the manner they do, and then the government will come to politicize it, because this thing happened in the full glare of law enforcement agencies in Degema there. You see, so the truth is that the government should investigate the matter and justice should be served. Okay. Because those who fell, including Woman Merriman, the civil defense officer, they didn't even know a soldier was among the people they killed, and that's why they are hurrying to come to do this damage control something to save themselves from pressure from that corner. An innocent young man who just came to bury the mother. All right. So the government should do the needful. People cannot be slaughtered if we have suffered.
Let's go to Wilcox quickly, Dr. Wilcox. Few seconds.
What I want to say here to Asari Dokubo is that the Degema people are watching him. We don't have arms. And we're also asking the government to do needful. Because the time will come, we will not take it, we will come for him. And we'll get justice. All right. If we can't get justice by the way we expect government to give to us, we, the people of Degema, will come for justice.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Ifeami Andrew. Stay tuned for Hello Port Harcourt with Jude immediately after the news at 9.
It's 9 o'clock.